So today we're going to go through a Study Now, Pay Later application. The first page talks about eligibility. So before you begin an application, make sure that the applicant meets the eligible criteria and also has the following documents ready to go. So students will need to, if they're doing this application themselves, answer these questions and tick across yes and yes. We'll go through the privacy and SMS check. Now, if you are doing this application on behalf of students, it is important that you put in their mobile number in the SMS verification so that they receive this message. Please read the important information, the legal documents, credit guide, privacy policy, and credit reporting information statement. They will then read back out to you the one-time code for you to pop in the SMS verification and be able to proceed. Then we'll go through to student information. It is applicant's basic information, Medicare and driver license details. So first name, last name, email, mobile number, date of birth, Medicare card, and identification. Now, if they don't have a driver's license, that will also drop down to passport so they can fill in their passport information. Then we will go through to course details. So it depends how we have set you up and set your application up. Now you may have a drop down for your course name, which auto-fills the course amount. That's something to talk to your account manager about. Otherwise, you might just have a drop down with your course name and then students or your sales agents can fill in the course amount accordingly. Payment plan term, as you know by now, we range from 6 to 36 months, but again, what will show there depends on what you as an education provider have asked us to set up in the back end. Payment frequency is weekly, fortnightly, or monthly, which students can choose. Now, the preferred first payment date for students. This is the date that the student would like their first direct debit to be. However, it does depend on an application. So if it's completed in full, it's been approved by us and funded by you, the education provider, before this date, then we can definitely accommodate the date that the student has asked for. If not, the first payment date, as in their first direct debit, will be the next payment frequency that the student has chosen from that initial preferred payment date. Again, the application does need to be approved and funded before that can happen. So the agent name here is, if we have that set up for you, the sales agent. Once that is filled in, press calculate and that will show up the course and payment details, which will also include the establishment fee for students, the first payment, which always includes that establishment fee, and following payments, what they will be, plus the total amount. We then go to direct debit account details. So whatever the student would like, whichever account the student would like that direct debit to come out of, the details need to be filled in here. Then we're going to go through to income details. So employment type, that's going to be a drop-down box, part-time, full-time, casual, pension, self-employed. So there's many options there. They'll put in their current employer, the total monthly income after tax from all income sources, because of course some people may have some of their income coming from Centrelink, and some of their income coming from a part-time job, or they have a full-time job and self-employed on the side job. So monthly income after tax from all income sources. The expense details goes through monthly living expenses, excluding residency payments. So they just need to pop that in there. Residency status will be renter, homeowner, living at home, and then they'll pop in what they are paying per month residency payment. So they will then press calculate and that will calculate a surplus of their total monthly income minus their total monthly expenses to see what the surplus will be. Now, eligibility outcome. If that surplus is less than $50, then they will be declined if you are on a Study Now, Pay Later standalone. That will be the end of this application. If you're an education provider who also offers payment assist, then at less than $50, they will fall down to payment assist. However, more than $50 surplus, which most applicants will have, they then will go through to complete the signature for the loan agreement, They can electronically sign that, plus they will connect their bank statements so we can verify their income and expenses. Now, the next steps can be completed. If a student is doing this application, they can go through and complete it on the spot. If sales agents are doing this application with students on the phone, at this point, they will send these last 2 steps via email, but can still talk them through these last 2 steps. So they will receive 2 emails here, one from zeefi support to do the signature, and one from support at zeefi, again, connecting bank statements. So basically, we will then go through how that looks. So the agreement itself, this is what it looks like. So you can talk a student through it. They just need to electronically sign 2 spots, very straightforward. And finally, verifying income and expenses, they will connect their bank statements. We use Ilian bank statements. Essentially, they'll go through, choose their bank, pop in their online details. This is obviously why you can't do it if you've got sales agents. So this is their online banking details, and then go through. They can add another bank if they do have more than one account, or another account with the same bank. But whatever accounts they have under their name, they do need to add here. Now, that is essentially the application. So if it's approved under the auto approval credit rules, they will receive this application. Pending approval means that we are having a look at it. The lending team has picked it up or rejected. So generally, the lending team will pick up an application within an hour and look at it. If we have everything we need, then there'll be an answer on the outcome of this very soon. If not, we do go through back to students to ask them to send through additional information or additional bank statements if needed. Once all is approved, applicants will receive this email notification. So you have this here to refer to.